Hey guys, how y'all doing today? If you're watching it during a nice day like I'm riding in, isn't it beautiful? Don't you love summer? I know I do. Oh, it's been a little bit since the last time I've been on the tube. I'm heading to my dad's right now. I gotta help him with his leach field, so I'll be doing that today. Get in, I'm giving you space, come on. There you go. There you go. I'm moving over actually. Yeah, it's you know, we're still obviously in the middle of coronavirus, so I haven't really been out riding. Just been working a ton. I did go to Florida a couple weeks ago. I recorded a video for my travel channel. I'll put the link in the description if you guys want to head over and support that endeavor. I'd really appreciate it. As always, like and subscribe. But I wanted to give a quick update on my car, even though I'm on the bike today. I can't drive my car really because it's currently in a less than desirable state, I guess. So, as you guys know, I've had this P0420 code, which is the bank one, which is the driver's side. Catalytic converter efficiency below threshold. I believe that's the proper term. And as you guys know, I think I've covered this in another video, but it's $3 grand or so to fix the issue, depending on if you get your own parts or if you have a dealer do it or some other mom and pop shop. But the dealer wants around $3 grand all said and done. I believe that's the quote most of us have gotten. To basically pull the motor, remove the catalytic converter, which is part of the manifold, put the new one on, and put it all back together. So it's not cheap. You know, is it cheaper than buying a new car and having a car payment for 12 months at, you know, $500 a pop? Yeah. But if your car's paid off like mine, and by the way, it's my favorite view of Albany right here. This side, and then the other side coming back the other way. Just a nice city from the outside. When you get inside, it's maybe not as nice, but got a lot of crime right now. News is pretty much always talking about somebody getting shot. It's going downhill the last 2-3 years, and I think with kids being out of school, we actually had a lot of kids committing those crimes, a lot of 16, 17-year-olds. So hopefully it gets better. But anyway, you know, so my car is in repairs, and recently we've decided, some of us on the forum, that maybe it's better to just install a spacer for the oxygen sensor, and you know, get it out of the flow of the exhaust fumes a little bit, and maybe that will remove the code, or at least mask it, so to speak. So, you know, we can get through our inspections for those of us who live in states where that's a thing. So I finally got around to doing that. I ended up buying, based on another video I saw that somebody shared with me, two spark plug anti-foulers. And you gotta drill one of them out because they both have like at the end of it where the spark plug, I guess, tip goes through. It's only a little hole versus the bigger diameter of the actual thing. So you gotta drill one out with a drill bit. But the ones I bought ended up being like aluminum or something like that. So they weren't high quality. They're like $6 a piece on eBay, on Amazon. And I decided to redo it after somebody had told me that there's actually 90-degree steel ones that are 90 degrees, and actually they're specifically made for oxygen sensors, so you don't gotta drill anything out. So I ended up buying 2 of those on eBay for like 20 bucks. and I got the I got that installed on the passenger or on the driver's side, bank one. And actually, so before I go that far, the installing the spark plug anti-foulers did fix my P0420 code, but it gave another code. I think it's PA0200, I think it was, which is basically the oxygen sensor itself is now reading incorrectly, not the catalytic converter, which is good. That means I'm making progress, I believe. So that's actually why I went through and wanted to redo it a little bit, because it's possible that that's anti-foulers pushed it too far out, and that's why I was reading that way. But after attempting to install the elbows in both secondary cats, I got the, I think you wanted to be on the GoPro. I got the bank one driver side installed, but the passenger side I couldn't get installed. I couldn't install the anti-fouler there because the transmission oil pan is too close, so it ends up being too long, and as a result you can't screw in the oxygen sensor. And then I couldn't install the actual 90-degree elbow version because somehow, and I guess this is common because they have special oxygen sensor rethreading tools, but my oxygen sensor bung, the O2 bung on the actual the secondary cat, has a strip thread, and then the sensor itself also has a strip thread. So yesterday I ordered brand new 2 sensors, $85 a pop, and then that will take care of any kind of oxygen sensor related code, hopefully. And then I did buy a oxygen sensor rethreading tool to rethread the O2 bung, because the actual, if I can't do that, if that doesn't work, then I got to replace the Y pipe, which is like $1,300. So it's cheaper than $3,000, but it's still not cheap. So it's like 1 step forward, 2 step back kind of thing. So I should be getting that stuff probably end of the week. Today is Saturday, so maybe next Saturday I'll finally get the car fixed up. But yeah, so right now the car, I don't really want to drive it because there's no sensor in the O2 bunk, since I can't screw it back in. So it sounds like a freaking, I don't know, Hemi or muscle car or something, but it's really like, it's like basically like if I had no exhaust. It's pretty loud. But the problem is the O2 bung is so close to the transition oil pan that somebody made a good point on the forum that if I drive it too long, the heat coming out of that hole, it could do something to the transmission oil pan. So that's why I stopped driving it until I get the parts. I'll drive it one more time to the garage and then hopefully seal the deal and be done. But that's the update in the car. So all said and done, for the actual P0420 or 430 code, that depending on which bank you're being affected by, you could in theory fix that issue for under $25, at least temporarily, until your actual catalytic converter is clogged, and then you'll have to do the replacement anyway. But from my understanding, based on the conversation on Nico Club, the laws are so strict for emissions that your catalytic converter can only be 92% or higher efficiency without triggering a code. As soon as it's below 92, it triggers the code. So I mean, I don't know at what point it will clog. Does it clog at 82? Does it clog at 60? Does it clog at 40? But if it's one of those lower numbers, then I mean, in theory, this issue will fix your car for many years. So I plan to keep my car another 4 to 5 years. So if that's the case, then I'll be golden with $25 fix. Plus the option sensors themselves, which I'm not really counting because mine are probably just, you know, the car has 127,000 miles on it already, and in my experience, those sensors typically, their lifespan is typically 100 to 130,000 miles. So I'm right in that range. But I would be very, very happy if my sensors and the catalytic converter codes went away, and I could finally run to my guy and get inspected and not worry about it. Right now, actually, New York State has extended the basically inspection deadlines beyond what they are. So like my car expired last month in July. I don't have to get it inspected due to COVID until, you know, sometime that New York State states. So I do want to get it done eventually though, just so I have that peace of mind. So that's the update in the car. And then my bike, the only thing I've done recently is I got an inspection for that thing. There's a really, really nice Harley Davidson dealership in Colony, New York, which, like, you're in and out. Like some shops you call them, like, oh my god, that does inspections isn't here. Like, how do you only have one guy that does inspections? Or I don't have stickers, or some other BS excuse. But this Harley Davidson place, man, like, you're guaranteed in and out 5 minutes. They always have stickers. They're always, you know, very polite, you know, great place. So that's where I go to get my inspection now. I don't deal with the tire shops or whoever, because it's just hit or miss with them. I'll put the link to the Harley shop in the description. I forget what their name is. I want to say it's Spitzy's, maybe. But I'll put the link in the description, because any good publicity they deserve, because they, at least the service guys, for inspection purposes, they're excellent. So that's the latest with the bike. I don't really have any more plans this year for the bike. I do want to do one more long trip with my wife, maybe on the bike to New Hampshire. There's a really nice lake up there that we want to go see. I'll probably have to take the drone. So if you guys, you know, again, if you guys wouldn't mind supporting me in my travel, my other channel, you'll probably find the video there. I greatly appreciate it. Any support you can give me there. But otherwise, you guys, for those of you who live in the Northern Hemisphere, enjoy the remaining part of summer. And for those of you who live in the Southern Hemisphere, you know, you guys are probably either in spring or approaching spring now, right? So enjoy that beautiful weather as well, because spring and summer are my two favorite seasons. I'm not a big fan of fall because of the leaves. I think it gets a little more dangerous for motorcycles to go over wet leaves, or, you know, something along those lines. So I'm not a big fan of fall. Although summertime, you have people who mow their grass into the road too, which is not good. But I don't know, I guess it's a little less possibly dangerous. But I definitely don't like winter. I don't like the cold. I don't mind the snow, I just don't like the cold that comes with it. So stay safe, keep a shiny side up, guys, and enjoy your bikes, your two wheels, and stay safe from COVID. Wear your masks if your locality requires that. You know, I don't think it can hurt, but it might help. I mean, I don't know. There's a lot of information out there. You can't trust all of it. So take it easy, guys. Peace.